Good morning. I'm going to start with a song called Put a Little Love in Your Heart by Jackie DeShannon. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Another day goes by, and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
Well, I am so excited. I found out something. The world is not flat. Well, it isn't. Some new information just came in, and this guy Copernicus, he was watching things go around, and he said, the world's got to be round. Do you know what they did with it? They put him in jail. The poor guy couldn't live normally because he had an idea that was just a little bit farther forward than these people thought. They had already been told that it was flat. They could see that it was flat. It was what they had been told. And so they kept on to those ideas until finally it got through to them that the world was round. Because of lack of information, because of holding on to old ideas, poor Copernicus died. Now, there's another thing. What about pyramids? Do you think that they're there for the pharaoh's bodies to be put in? You think that that's what that is? Well, I got news for you. There's some new ideas coming along that have shown that the pyramids were power plants. Think about it. If you laugh, it's true because we are still hanging on to the idea that the pharaohs got buried. They didn't. And there are new ideas about the fact that they are power plants and there was electricity back in those ancient days. Because people hung on to the old ideas and never seen the new ideas. Now, what we've got to do with our consciousness in our lives is not hang on to those old ideas. And I like what the Course in Miracles says. Look at it a different way. Look at everything that you come there might be some new information that will help us grow and learn and become more human. Let's say a little prayer about our enlightened consciousness. I am open to the ideas that are out of my reach, that I do not understand yet, but I am open to the ability to look at things differently. Our minds, what a gift we have. The consciousness within our minds can grow us to much. And so it is. Let's sing a song. And
When all God's children.
all God's children, stand up and sing loud.
When all God's children get together, what a time, what a time, what a time. I'm gonna sit down on the banks of the river. What a time that will be. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. When all God's children sing together, what a time, what a time, what a time. All the angels in the heavens gonna join right along. What a time that will be. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. When all God's children stand together, what a time, what a time, what a time. All of us in the world gonna rise. What a time it will be. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul.
Anybody new? Right here. Okay. Well, let's talk about God within. Now, your God within is the same. Hold on. I repeat this every week, and that's because I really believe. So let's stand up and acknowledge the oneness of all of us by saying, Christ in me, Christ in me, Christ in me, Christ in me. And I don't have a mic. You can't hear me? Oh, hell. But I'm through now anyway. You don't have to hear me. Yeah. There we go. Let's sing. Let's start off by saying our affirmation for Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center together. Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center is a radiant center of divine light, and love. We are a thriving, prosperous spiritual community that honors the divine presence in all and celebrates our oneness through loving service in our community. And then let's say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. And now we have another song. Correct.
I am love, I am love. I am love, I am love. I am love, I am love. I am love. I am light, 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 you are light. I am peace, 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 you are peace. I am joy, I am joy, I am joy, I am joy. I am joy, I am joy, I am joy, good joy. I am love, 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 I am love.
Good morning. If you have someone you like a prayer for a situation or a celebration, call them in your heart. And let us say together, as we center ourselves in the one presence and one power, we realize that our thoughts have the power to heal and heal us. We say them out now. Their love, peace, joy, and life to situations and celebrations that we hold in our hearts. Thought by thought and prayer by prayer, we transform the world. Amen. Now, the reading and affirmation for the second Sunday of Lent. Jesus was not a people pleaser and didn't seem to worry what others thought or how they would react, even when he knew they would be displeased. The earliest story of Jesus letting go of approval was in childhood, when he stayed behind at the temple after Passover. Luke 2:41-52. He offered no apology, when his parents found him 3 days later. Why were you searching for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house? Now, I will read the affirmation first one time, then I invite you to read it with me. And the affirmation is, I let go of the need for approval and reclaim my inner peace. So now let's say together. I let go of the need for approval and reclaim my inner peace.
Today, we welcome our guest speaker, Mary Mayer. Mary's a member of Unity Bon Air in Richmond and is an empowerment coach, master flower essence practitioner, and a natural wellness advocate. She will share her faith journey through love, loss, and healing. We're excited to hear her message, all there is love.
Ordinarily, I might walk around, but I'm not used to having this thing mic'd up here. Thank you for the opportunity to come speak with you today. I'm going to do my best, my very best, to get my head to tell you this story of my heart. Let my tears. There may be tears. I hope and trust that this will be okay with you. It's who I am. I'm a tender-hearted lover who has lived a life that has included quite a lot of living and learning about love, about loss, and about liberation. I'm curious, do you ever hear wisdom whisper in your ear? I can recall vividly the words that came to me while I was on my first date with Bill, the man who would become my partner in love, in life, and even in business. My 24-hour-a-day guy, my husband and father of our son. Those whisper words were heard like a deep knowing. This is the man you're destined to be with. Now, even at 22 years old, I was aware that wisdom doesn't offer a whisper with such clarity. And yet, there I was looking across at a man who was not my dream guy. At least the package on the outside wasn't matching up. He was not my dark-haired, dark-eyed. He was not my age and not built like a buff adventurer. Instead, here was a man who was 8 years my senior. A redhead with hazel eyes, behind John Lennon glasses, and his very distinctive walrus mustache. And yet that was all on the outside. And I soon learned that he was kind and tender and witty and funny and immensely smart. He was an immensely talented copywriter, illustrator, photographer. And he was self-taught on several musical instruments. And he had an album-by-album recall of every record, his entire collection. Bill and I shared a love of art and design and lots of music and of one another. And he adored me and our son. Those words of wisdom that were whispered in my ear, they helped me to question my egoic thoughts about what I thought I was looking for in a partner. They changed my life. And they changed the direction of my life and the partner who would willingly go on that journey with me. In the words of the poet Rumi, your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. So I ran in that direction. We ran in that direction. We ran toward opening our own graphic design firm that did annual reports and corporate slideshows. We ran toward a loving partnership and a marriage and becoming parents to our only son. Yes, we expanded our love to include this amazing human who trusted us enough to be his guides. Our son was our joy and delight. He was a beautiful melding of our best inclinations, crafting stories like Bill and loving nature like me, and puzzling out solutions with his dad and cooking in the kitchen with me. Our son was a loyal friend and constantly available to friends in need of a caring ear and an open heart. And truth be told, he still is all of these things. And I am so proud of the fine man that he is today. I'm proud of the way that he is journeying through challenging experiences that for other people have often left them bitter and resentful. He has faced it all with courage and with as much humor as he can muster in the moments. And he has kept his heart open. There is a lot to be learned about love and loss. You remember those whispers of wisdom I spoke about? The ones that helped me become aware of the gem of a man that I had met. Well, I heard those whispers of wisdom on another occasion, and they helped me to get ready for another big transition. A year and a half before this whisper, Bill had been having unusual fatigue at walking the stairs at work. An unexplainable weight came. When we looked into it, Bill was given the diagnosis that he had end-stage liver disease from the presence of hepatitis C virus in his body. He was told that he currently had about 10% of a healthy liver, and that ultimately he would need a liver transplant. As it turned out, we figured out that the most reasonable culprit for Bill getting the hepatitis C virus was a blood transfusion that he had when he was 6 years old, when his tonsils were taken out. That virus had been silently taking its toll for 50 years before it was discovered. Needless to say, this diagnosis was a huge shock to all of us. It rocked our happy little world in so many ways. So additional tests were done and preparations were begun for possible liver transplant. Everyone was optimistic. His blood work looked good, and he had no other comorbidity factors, which translates into nothing else would kill him if he got the liver transplant. I'll just keep this up again. However, this was not to be the case. He developed another fairly common side effect of a compromised liver, and in November of 2008, these would send him to the hospital. First the ER, and then to an emergency operation, and on to ICU. He came through the operation well, but had some big hurdles to overcome. And so we sat by his side for days and prayed and watched and waited. On day 8 of his time in the hospital, Bill surprised us all by speaking for the first time since his operation and asking us to have his trachea tube taken out so he could speak more easily. We all rallied around, glad to have another small taste of his signature wit and humor. He was visibly present with everyone that visited, sharing his love and his gaze and his appreciation with quiet words. Oh yes, I was telling you about those whispers of wisdom. This time, the wisdom came to me on the evening of day 9 of Bill's hospital stay. The evening before he transitioned back into non-physical. This time, the whisper of wisdom had come from Bill himself. His spirit had come in with a gentle hand on my shoulder, letting me know that he had given it his best effort, and that he did not have the strength to rally after the procedures in the hospital. I am so very grateful that we were given this whisper of knowing, so I could shift my energy and prepare myself and my son and those closest to us for his passing. It was such a gift to be with him during his transition on that next evening. Letting go of his last breaths as the sun set high in the sky above us, as the sun set high above the city. Love transitions into loss. And then we all went home and prepared for what was next. Living life after loss, and all the lessons that come from that experience. I had planned to share a lot more here at this point about helping to understand what a grieving person goes through and why our culture could use such an upgrade on our rituals and customs when it comes to comforting a grieving person. However, in the interest of time, I feel maybe I will leave that for another day. Maybe a workshop all itself. I certainly have guided many private clients through healing those experiences. And what I have discovered is that many people have very little conscious awareness about how the way in which we are supported through our losses can affect how easily and readily we can love again. I'll just say this for now. Losses need to be listened to. And grief is to be heard. If they're shut down, stifled, or bypassed, our inner being will hang on to them on a body level until they can truly be heard, acknowledged, and allowed to heal. Grief and loss are universal experiences, sharing many common themes and expressions. However, they are experienced in an utterly personal way that needs to be honored. One of my unique experiences after my husband's death was that I could converse with him, much like the way that Neil Donald Walsh uses in writing and transcribing his books, Conversation with God. He asks questions and listens for answers. I easily slipped into conversational style with Bill very soon after his passing, asking questions and listening for his answers, carefully double-checking that I was not hearing what I wanted to hear and putting in my own phrases. If you ever met Bill, you would know that he has his own very unique style of expression, and he conveyed that to me. And while I have pages and pages of our conversations, especially over the 5 days directly after his passing, I'd like to share one particular bit of conversation with you, if you'd allow me. This was one of the earliest and most memorable conversations that he shared with me. I said to him, Bill, I want to check something with you. The word liberation keeps coming to me. Whenever I think about your transition, the word liberation just immediately comes to mind. He responded back to me, Mary, liberation, that would be a very accurate word for what I have experienced. Bill then sent me 2 separate images, each one of a red rose. Red roses were always his favorite flower. The first image was of a beautifully formed, classic long-stemmed red rose with a focus on the flower in its bud form. And he said to me, Mary, when I was on the planet, I had everything I ever needed to be fully and completely me. And then he changed the image to a second red rose, one that was bloomed fully and opened into its full beauty. And he said to me, however, it wasn't until I died that I expanded into all that I am. He went on further. There is no separation here. I am one with all there is. And all there is love. And then I received an immense wave of loving energy in an image of an ocean, with the realization that Bill was now a drop of divine love in the ocean of all love. Love is all there is, even after loss, especially after loss. And it leads us to liberation of our bodies, of our minds, and our spirits. And I wish you a continued liberation from any loss you've experienced back into love. Thank you.
We're going to do a short meditation right now. It's called the half smile meditation. Okay, so let's pause for a minute to relax. Connect with our inner self by closing our eyes. Taking a few deep breaths. Releasing the tension on your shoulders, relaxing into your body, a little on each exhalation. Become aware of your face. Relax your face. From your forehead down. Feel and see your lips. Turn your lips upward into a tiny half smile, like Buddha's half smile, the Mona Lisa. You're smiling with your lips. Now, feel the smile shine through your eyes. You're smiling with your eyes too. Your heart shines through your eyes too. Open your eyes now. You will be carrying the feeling of that smile now. And you will remember it after you leave.
I'd like to play The Gift You Are by John Donne. Imagine a moon with some days, each one a cloudy day. Excuse me. Imagine the one the sun came shining through. Imagine the ray of sunshine as you remember your darkest hour with dawn still far away. Remember the way you long for morning tonight, and think of yourself as a candle in the night. Make believe there's This is the first day, everything all brand new. Make believe the sun is your own lucky star. And then understand the kind of gift you are. The gift you are. The very first breath of spring. The gift you are. All the joy that life can bring. The gift you are. All of our dreams come true. The gift you are. The gift of you. You are the promise of all the ages. You are the prodigal son. You are the vision of prophets and sages. You are the only one. Dream of a bright tomorrow. Know that your dream will come true. Carry your dream in a sparkling crystal jar. Then you will know the kind of gift you are. The gift you are. The very first breath of spring. The gift you are. All the joy that love can bring. The gift you are. All of our dreams come true. Yes, they do. The gift you are. The gift of you. The gift you are. All of our dreams come true. The gift you are. The gift of you.
And now it's time for us to have our offerings. We have a basket in the center. If you're online, we have PayPal to Unity Williamsburg. If you have an offering, we thank you for sharing your abundance and your prosperity with Unity Williamsburg. Hold it in your hands, hold it over your heart, however you'd like, and feel the energy of prosperity flowing through you to Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center and out into the community. And together, let us say our prayer of plenty. In the infinity of this moment, all is perfect, whole, and complete. We acknowledge the one presence and one power expressing through us in Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center every moment of every day. We open our hearts to the wisdom and intelligence that exists in the universe and in our minds, through which all resources and all healing comes. All doubt is released, and we trust that our needs are being met in this moment. Divine order is unfolding for our highest good now, and so it is. Amen.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
Now we're going to do the blessing of the offering. Sweet Spirit, we are grateful for all that we share with Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center, helping us to be able to be here for services and events that we also share with our community and beyond. Amen.
Before we go on to our announcements, I want to thank Mary for sharing her journey of love with us all. All right. Next week, we welcome Daryl Key as our guest speaker. Daryl will share his talk, Progressive Enlightenment, so be sure to join us next Sunday. Also next week, we have our first Sunday potluck lunch after the service. If you'd like to, please bring a dish and share with everybody for this wonderful time of food and fellowship. We're delighted to welcome Tom and Fran. Where are you? I know you're there somewhere, as the newest members of Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center. And if you too are interested in becoming a member, we invite you to complete one of the green membership cards located next to the prayer box. Drop it in the prayer box, give it to one of the board members, and we'll bring you up to be joining us. The prayer chaplain today is Amy in the back. She will be in the corner offering private prayers. We have our prayer boxes in the front of the sanctuary and in the back. Put your request in the box. The chaplains pick them up. We pray for them immediately through the week and send them on to Silent Unity. During the week, if you have a prayer need, you can email us at prayerunitywilliamsburg@gmail.com. All prayer requests are always held in confidence. We'd love to stay in touch, so if you don't already get our newsletter, go to unitywilliamsburg.com, fill out the information, and get on our email list. Every week we have a newsletter that shares updates about events, speakers, and different articles. If you'd rather fill out a form in person with your email, you can do it right there and drop it in the prayer box, and we make sure everything gets to the right place. If you aren't getting them, check your spam folder. And now it's time for us to join in the middle.
And Mary, please be in the center of the circle. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we hold Christ's name.
Every peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let every peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. God is here, family harmony. Let us love each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me, let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my choice now. Make each moment, each moment, peace eternally. Let every peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we join together and carry new ideas.